Hey folks, a very quick introduction to today's episode. James Caton here. Today we speak with Roshan Gya, CEO of Capgemini Invent. In today's conversation, we talk about the shift towards AI as a utility. We talk about helping clients understand which parts of their value chain to disrupt and which parts to move incrementally. And we talk about the shift to focusing on outcome-based projects instead of deliverables to show real proof points and value creation. I really enjoyed my conversation with Roshan. I think you will enjoy listening to it as well. As a reminder, this conversation is part of a series of interviews that are published as an AI transformation playbook. The download link is in the show notes. And if you enjoy these kinds of conversations, share this episode with a friend. Give us a 5-star rating on your favorite podcast platform or on your favorite video platform. Thank you for joining us today. Listen on. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Generate Now. Today we have Roshan Gya from Capgemini. Roshan, welcome.
Thank you, James. Thank you for welcoming me.
Roshan, for context, so our audience knows where you're coming from, could you tell us very quickly about your role and your focus area at Capgemini?
So I am the CEO of Capgemini Invent, which is a strategy and transformation business line of a Capgemini Group, and I'm a group executive board member of Capgemini Group.
Excellent. So, Roshan, this gives you a very unique perspective and a very comprehensive perspective on AI and agentic AI across a number of industries. What is your view of the changing landscape of agentic AI?
So, James, I would start to say if we look what happened over the past decade, we have been seeing an avalanche of technology. There has been cloud, 5G, AR, VR, digital twin, machine learning, etc. But what we can say for sure is that we have definitely entered a new digital era with unprecedented transformation, and artificial intelligence today is releasing new wave of opportunities across all industries within the society. What we see, data is everywhere, is rewriting all the rules. And around agentic, to be more precise today, first, when we look at the landscape, the rising of AI is transforming it into a utility. Well, some people might be shocked when I would say utility, but it's much more like electricity, water, that is requiring vast infrastructure, and it's becoming universally accessible. And it will happen in the coming years. Abundant, deeply embedded in the society, and far-reaching implication also what we are seeing around sovereignty. We at Capgemini, we believe agentic AI marks a historic inflection point. Comparable to what we have seen around the internet in the 2000s, the mobile computing in 2010, today autonomous agents collaborate with people to reason, design, decide, and act across complex systems. And to conclude, if I just pause now with you, we project ourselves in the 5, 7, 10 years. We could envision a different new future for us. We as human beings, in the way we will shop, we will talk, we will live, we will move, we will attend to our health. So what we see is that it is profoundly changing the organization, we as citizens, the way we will live, and also we are seeing the emergence of new intelligent value chain, and not to say that a lot of industries will be disrupted in this new AI age.
So, Roshan, let's take a little bit of a deeper dive on that, right? What are your customers telling you about agentic AI? What are the insights and the opportunities that they're really looking at?
So, first today, our clients have already started experimenting first deployment around agentic AI. They are at the very beginning of a journey. Today, they are looking how agentic AI, by combining what they have been doing in the past with RPA, machine learning, how by blending ML, agentic AI with what has been done in legacy, they can move further into more automation. So this is the first level, meaning we have some clients who are taking more risk, but the majority of them today, they are really in an experimentation phase. We have few clients who are going to a scale up right now. And the potentials today that our clients see in agentic AI is really in optimizing their processes, reducing costs, improving quality, accelerating customer satisfaction, and some has already started to investigate how agentic AI will accelerate their innovation and R&D process. And there is an important data point because we've conducted a study with our Capgemini Research Institute today. 30% of our customers that have been, I would say, investigated in this survey are planning to implement the MVP at scale for next year. So meaning we see that today they are moving in the scale-up phase. But one thing that we have noticed that our clients, they have not started on core business process right now. They are working on the traditional support function where it's less risky. And the question that they are asking themselves now is, what's the value of agentic AI for me in my core business process? They see it now in the support process. What should be my AI transformation strategy? The third point is, what approach should I use? Because there's a lot of doctrine today that we see. Either you go incremental or you are in disruption. So which part of their value chain they want to disrupt, or which part they will move in an incremental mode.
So as you have those conversations with your customers, Roshan, what advice do you have as they look at where to start on their transformation journey?
The advice where to start. Our first job is to assess the profile of the customer which we have. You know, we can say that today there are several categories. There are those who are, I would say, quite conservative, but they need to jump into this AI journey. There are those who are, I would say, the disruptors. So based on where they stand and their profile, and we have seen it also in the past digital era, there are different profiles of clients. The first thing, what we do is, very important, is a less sexy one, is the AI readiness. Meaning there is an important part that we underestimate is the data foundation. So you can have a lot of MVP, it's bottom up in all BUs, in all entity. But the AI readiness, it's a topic that not everybody will look at. Okay, my data foundation, the governance part, as well as the guardrails, the cybersecurity, all these topics. So we are pushing our clients. The wave, it's already gone, meaning it's ongoing. So how they prepare themselves for this acceleration that will come in the coming, I would say, quarters and years ahead.
I think you've just made a lot of fans at Microsoft with your conversation on AI readiness and data readiness. That is a tremendous, tremendous focus of a lot of my colleagues. So they'll be very appreciative of that observation. At Capgemini, what is the most exciting thing about agentic AI for yourself as a leader at Capgemini?
So first, when I look at it as I've been working as a consultant over the past decade, agentic AI is not just a technological leap. It's the redefinition of how intelligence is embedded today in our daily lives as a citizen, but also for the corporate world. Imagine the future. I've been taking this anecdote. You're on vacation. You got a call from your son, 15 years old, at home alone with their brothers and sisters, saying that we have a water issue, a big leakage. We need a plumber to intervene. Immediately just after, you have an AI agent who is scrolling the web, finding the nearest available plumber, asking for quotation and presenting you the best options, and you just have to decide. Once you have decided, the transaction is operated, the slot is booked, your son is informed, and all the data that the service provider needs is being handed over by the AI agent. And what happened is that all these tasks, you have delegated it to an AI agent. So you see to what extent this will be transforming our lives. It's not science fiction. There are already a lot of examples around that. But what we see also is that what excites me most is today, when we look at the acceleration around agentic AI, organization will have to think about the human-AI chemistry. The future is not AI versus human. It's human plus agent working in hybrid team, meaning collaboration will not happen automatically. So it's about transformation.
That observation you made about plumbing resonates because I had a plumbing issue in one of my homes yesterday. I spent 3 hours on the phone with various human agents trying because they sent the wrong technician initially. He had the wrong certifications for the job and having to reschedule and confirm the certifications to do the work. That is something that an agent probably could have confirmed and avoided the issue with the right logic and the right reasoning and the right intelligence.
We are, as an end customer, we are facing it. But when you see the complexity tomorrow to integrate all these agents in a system to make it work, meaning this human AI chemistry, for it to work, I would say, in a fluid manner, today, we as employer, you, me, as customer, as patient and AI agent, we will have to redefine the working relationship. Meaning human and AI system, including trust, the coordination, the transparency, the seamless exchange of intent, context and control, meaning we see all the transformation which is ahead of us. This is what excites me the most, meaning it's a new era and it's a lot of opportunities for all of us to rethink and redesigning, I would say, how we will live in the coming decades and preparing a better future for our kids.
So Roshan, what is Capgemini's ambition in this new era? How is Cap trying to position itself for this new hybrid era of agent and human?
The way we are positioned is that we, Capgemini, today, we are the bridge between tech and business outcome. So this is, I would say, the way we see ourselves. Today, we are a natural leader in this agentic space. Meaning before December, we have been ranked by Forrester among the top 2 leaders in the AI space. Today, we have 30,000 experts in the world and up to 1,000 data scientists planned for 2027. And the way we position ourselves is, first, we help our client in planning the transform now, meaning with AI, agentic AI, ML, is around operational efficiency. Automate routine tasks, optimize workflow, developing hyper-personalized experience, but also in envisioning the future and building the tomorrow. It's all about business reinvention, meaning creating new revenue stream and also going into new frontiers, meaning what agentic AI, Gen AI will enable in terms of R&D and innovation, meaning we are just at the beginning. If you look around where the partnership we have with you at Microsoft is AI for science. It's mind-blowing when we see already the result, the new discovery we are making with LLMs and AI around biology, which is quite outstanding. So our job is to help our client in managing the now, preparing the new, and also envisioning the next.
You mentioned 2 terms or anecdotes that are really interesting. One is skilling. How are you looking at the skilling of both your technical employees, but also your sales staff? There's going to be new skills and new approaches technically, right? And from a delivery perspective, how you engage with customers technically. But then maybe also the sales conversations change a little bit?
Yes. So the skilling is that today we have already, before agentic, there was a Gen AI part, and already before the Gen AI, we saw this data-driven transformation. So we had already an upskilling program that has been set up. And the plan was really growing at scale. So today we have a global upskilling program in which now we are embedding everything around agentic AI, meaning agent orchestration, the prompt engineering, the multi-agent collaboration, so that they get familiarized to that. We have an agentic academy as well. So this is really developing modular learning path. It's not just about our customer, it's also the impact that agentic will have on our delivery model. So when I was talking about the human AI fusion, the human AI chemistry, so on our side today, we are a 350,000 plus people company. Our team will have to learn how to work with agents, collaborate with agents, sometimes 100% delegated to agents. So it's all about that in our Agentic Academy. And the last but not least is that today, it's not just about when we think about agentic. In the past, we were thinking about just giving the training to the technical population. No, it's also all the business consultants. So today we have 15,000 business consultants. They are all being upskilled around Agentic AI and Gen AI. So it's really, I would say, across the board, we are pushing so that everyone today get different level of training based on where they stand and the maturity they have, so that we prepare the next generation to tackle it, because the transformation that we see already for our own business, not just for the client, is massive.
Roshan, could you talk to us a little bit about your positioning and ambition for the agentic AI market?
So regarding our positioning today, we at Capgemini, what makes us unique is this unique blend of capability. So 5 years ago, we've acquired Altron, which is a 1,000 people engineering company. So meaning we master the composition in engineering product and developing product. And historically, we were in transforming processes. So what makes us unique is that in this agentic world, client will have to rethink their product. May it be a pacemaker, may it be a car, a phone. So we have these engineering people that understand system of system to help client in reinventing their product, embedding more intelligence. So this is this first component. But at the same time, agentic AI is transforming or will transform all processes from R&D to manufacturing to supply chain to customer service. So we have this dual capability in transforming the product and the process. And we are this one-stop shop where we help client in envisioning. Right now, we're working for a client to envision what would be the dog factory concept of the future with edge AI, robotics, and full agents with almost no human in the loop. So this capacity is understanding processes, but also how do you design and build a factory. So this is what is making us unique, and also is all the investment that we are doing today in thought leadership. End of May, we've published with the World Economic Forum a document around tech convergence that really highlight, in a prospective way, what is going to happen around the tech convergence. Quantum, edge AI, nanotechnology, all this technology, how to create value. And also, we don't just invest on the tech part. There is a component which is very important. So it's the book we've just published with Harvard Business Review, which is Gen AI for Manager. James, I could send you also a copy. It's very interesting also to see what are the implications for us as manager, whatever company we are, and how are we going to leverage, adopt Gen AI, not as a co-pilot, but as a co-thinker by your side.
So for the audience, I will put a link to that book in the show notes. So Roshan, thank you for the offer. I will take the link to your Gen AI for Managers book.
Pleasure.
Absolutely. On the agentic expertise and differentiation, as you look at Capgemini in the market, right? How do you see that differentiation for Cap?
Adding the value to customers, first today, there has been a shift in what we sell to the customer. It's outcome-based focus instead of deliverables. Because clients, when you go to them saying, okay, agentic AI, it's good to do a quick piece of strategy to do the scoping. What they need to see is all the real proof points. Meaning, is it really creating value? So the commitment we take is on our outcome base. But when we come to our client, the first thing is about showing them concrete examples. So the value we bring is already assets that are already pre-configured. So we have our library of agents, demos, videos, so that client can feel it and quickly to be able in 2-3 weeks to show tangible results. So this is the first thing. Secondly, it's the end-to-end focus approach, meaning we have in each given industry, we have our library. Is it in life science, in telco, in auto, relevant application of agentic AI on their business processes to show the proof point. The third one is really the strong connection with the ecosystem. So with hyperscalers, with Microsoft, but not just with the hyperscalers of this world. It's Mistral AI, but also small startup in the Silicon Valley. So this capacity to federate, because today our clients are in a learning journey. It's not just about selling. It's also in helping them in understanding, so that they are able also to co-design their roadmap with us. And last but not least is our commitment is really we help them in accelerating it, because we see this acceleration every day. You look in the press, there are so many news. So they feel this need also to accelerate on their side, but they don't want to take a lot of risk. So we help them in de-risking it. So bringing pre-configured asset, and to reassure them, it's really putting skin in the game on outcome base, telling them, okay, we commit in 10, 20, 30, 50% productivity, and we go and we deliver the promise.
So you mentioned earlier that last year was a lot of experimentation, and now the trend appears to be moving from experimenting to POCs on very select high value use cases, and then moving to outcome based, larger, longer term projects.
Exactly. Indeed, there are already today a process that have already gone, and I would say, to a certain level of automation. Now clients, if I just take the financial services or KYC process, now with agentic combined with RPA, we can go deeper into further automation, freeing up more productivity, and even going into full automation of some part of the processes.
So, Roshan, we've talked through a number of industries and areas where you see opportunity. Could you talk a little bit about there's horizontal use cases that apply everywhere, and then there are some industry-specific use cases? Which are the areas where customers and CAP are focusing on first, either because of value or lower risk? You mentioned there's a preference for maybe some internal use cases first. Talk to us through what you're seeing in industry on horizontal, vertical, internal, external, etc.
Okay, so first, when we look at the area of application for our clients, there is a first, I would say, bundle is around brownfield, meaning existing processes. It's end-to-end process reengineering optimization by a systemic integration of a digital backbone, RPA, machine learning, Gen AI, now Agentic AI. So illustration is around knowledge management. Knowledge management has always been a strategic topic for a lot of companies, but they had difficulty in building the knowledge base. Today, we're working for clients in helping them leveraging agentic AI to accelerate the creation of the organizational brain. For example, right now we are building an AI agentic system that is federating different knowledge base, like a knowledge lab, and we have agents that are curating the content automatically without human in the loop. Second, I will take the example in financial services today. We have developed an agentic KYC solution that is automating end-to-end the compliance process, and this is leading to gross saving up to 60% from the initial result that we have seen. And if I go into more complex one today, and good example is in the manufacturing space, we have combined agentic AI with digital twin for a global aluminum player that is helping in reducing the downtime up to 50% and increasing the production quality by 35%. So we see really that moving from traditional support function process to core business processes, but in each area we are able to prove the value point of implementing agentic AI combined with the other technology that exists.
The wonderful vision that you've painted here really is stitching together, right, of the physical systems with the data systems, with the agents to really bring value to organizations. Roshan, let's talk about skilling. How do you ensure your workforce is equipped to work alongside these AI systems?
So this is I would say, as all our clients, it's a complex topic to address. I think you can imagine around it touches now a people topic. How to ensure that people trust the AI, the agents, to work with them and do not fear about it's me against, I would say, the AI system. So listen, we have started in clustering, I would say, different MVP. So we have an internal program like we would run at our clients on client premises where we have scope the program, we have different MVP where we are combining projects, agents to start testing first what is the performance, what is the value delivered, to start defining the blueprint of our delivery. So as our client, we are also at the beginning of this journey. But what is for sure is that today we acknowledge that there is value in bringing in agents in our SDLC process.
There is tremendous opportunity for all of us, Roshan. And I feel very fortunate that we live in this era, right, at the beginning of this agentic era. However, you and I live in this industry, and we're surrounded by this, and we're comfortable with this. There are many customers and many organizations that are just now starting down this path. Any advice to those organizations that are really just now looking, one, that are listening to us and thinking, I want to try that? What advice would you have for those organizations?
First, there is, I would say, let's put it this way. There are several buckets linked to this transformation. There is, do I have the right talent first in-house? Because this will be a question, who are the leaders, the talent that will run this transformation in-house? So it's about talent. The question of the sourcing of the right talent, not just the data part, but there is an HR component and the transformational component, which will be important. Secondly, we have seen a lot of companies in the past who have been launching digital strategy. They fail in the scale up. But it was about, okay, I will develop and implement a predictive solution. I will have mobile apps for my enhanced operator in a refinery. Okay, the adoption was not good. But this was just augmenting, I would say, the operator. But what we see is that there are several areas of disruption. Whether we like it or not, it will happen. So the AI readiness is an important topic to tackle. It won't be done overnight, meaning for some companies it will take 3, 5, even 10 years to build this AI backbone so that we can be a real AI native organization. So not to neglect the less sexy topic, which is around AI readiness. For me, this is the most important part, meaning we will be able to leverage. I always say you can copy any organization, the governance, the way it's structured, the process, the way it's done. But what you won't copy is the way a company is managing its information. And data is the lifeblood. So focus in understanding what are the important data that you will have to manage. Then bringing the LLM, the Agentic AI, everything, the proper cybersecurity. But if you don't have this data backbone, you won't get the value out of it. And we know today there's a lot of companies that are still siloed. That's why the foundational work has to be done. So this is my advice to all companies: AI readiness, data foundation.
So what I'm hearing, Roshan, is a lot of people get excited with the first use case and the excitement of it working in a POC. What I'm hearing is that it's harder than that. You actually have to invest a lot of time and a lot of work in the readiness, in the data readiness, in the governance readiness. And it's really easy, it's potentially easy for an organization to get disillusioned when they do that first POC and then it doesn't scale. So working with a partner like Capgemini that can help you across the board with data readiness, with governance, with human resources, skilling and upskilling, et cetera, right? That larger discussion, that's really the value where a partner like Cap can really help an organization move beyond that first POC, avoid that disillusionment, and really think about the midterm and the longer term on how to transform the entire organization.
Yeah, exactly. And also is to have a balanced portfolio of topics, meaning in some areas it's an incremental transformation. So you go incremental. But there are other areas where clients need to be bold because it will be a disruption. So the question is, do you want to be a market maker or a fast follower? Meaning what's the profile? And based on that is also the intensity and the investment, is to know where to put the investment, and not just because it's fashion, okay, someone is doing it, I will do it. There should be some reflection being done to understand what is the dynamic in my industry, the value chain, how is it moving? Because it's not about the traditional player. We see also a lot of newcomers that are coming, that are starting greenfield or that will disrupt the industry. So it's important to have also this mid-long-term view and to understand where to start putting money and investment. Incremental versus disruption, we need to have a balanced portfolio of both in terms of topics we address.
Excellent. Excellent. Roshan, I would like to thank you for being an outstanding partner to Microsoft. A lot of our innovations come to market quickly and first because of partners like you. So a big thank you to you and your team for your collaboration. Thank you for the time today, for the discussion. I will ask you for that link for the Harvard General Manager's book, and I'm happy to put that in the show notes. So please look at the show notes. We have a wonderful link to a book. Roshan, what's the title of the book? It's Gen AI for Managers.
Gen AI for Manager in Harvard Business Review.
Outstanding. Everybody, click on that link, take a look for it. Roshan, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, James.